You're young and you're restless and you all want to ask questions. We have microphones lined up, if you see, all around the place. There are stand microphones. We have cordless microphones as well. We'd like you to walk up to the microphone. Remember, when you're up on the microphone, keep your face very close to the microphone so we can hear you. Give us your name first, and then do let us know whom is this question for, either Manish or Krishna. And once you have that clear, you can go ahead with the question. Keep it short and brief so we can try and take many questions, and no follow-up questions will be allowed because we only have 10 to 15 minutes time for Q&A. The first question, would you please raise your hands? Can we have some lights on the audience if possible? Yes. If you have the question, you can walk up to the microphones or, wow, too many people. That scares me. Okay, yes, we have a question coming from the front here. And yes, you can go ahead, please. All the microphones are on. Would you please make sure that you walk up to the microphone, line up for the questions? Yes, sir.
Yeah. My question is to Mr. Krishna Gowda. You have seen a lot of youngsters who are sitting here, and if they really want to join your movement, your team, what they need to do to join Congress in Youth Congress, what they really need to do. Would you please highlight on that?
You asked the question at the right time. The answer is also pretty simple. Within another 2 months, we are going to launch our membership drive. It is going to be open. It is going to be made available to everybody, and we are going to make an effort to make sure that everybody knows about it. So once you become a member, you can contest any election within the organization for any post. So we are going to really make it open. Otherwise, normally internal workings of political organizations are very opaque. Nobody knows how to get in, nobody knows how to grow within a political organization. But we have made a beginning. I think it's perhaps a revolution happening, silent revolution happening within a political party. But within another couple of months, membership will be made available. Anybody who is interested, they can become members, and they can really try to become the Youth Congress President of Karnataka. I welcome everybody to try.
I just want to ask you, Krishna, what are you aspiring for then?
My job is to prepare the next line and then get moving on.
All right, cheer for that. Yeah, absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, the next question, please walk up to the microphone. Walk up to the microphone. Be ready. Let's not waste time on that. Let's take the next question, which is coming from there. Yes. If anybody has a question, please make sure you're right next to the microphone.
Gowda is not a question, but a suggestion type. That right now our corporation elections are very near, in another 15 days or 20 days. I think you are well aware that Jain youths are very, very competent, very, very capable, but they have not yet entered in the politics. If you give them an opportunity, at least 5 seats, it is in your hand. You choose some 5 or 10 good people. I assure Mr. Byre Gowda it will be a great asset to this party. A very a special request to Mr. Byre Gowda.
Why only limit yourself to 5? Thank you for the session.
Yeah, I'm Preet Doshi. I have this question for Mr. Byre Gowda. So you spoke about the 60 years of achievement which India has made. But when you also talked about change, we also have to start looking at 60 years in the future. So why aren't we thinking about the future? We should start laying down policies about 60 years hence what's going to happen. Okay, when you spoke about IITs, IIMs and all that, why are we overlooking the fact that there are 100,000 Indian students going to US? When you spoke about mobile phones, why is 3G in India not coming now? It took 3-4 years to come. So why are these policies being, stopped? Why are they not, getting more fastened? And so that, because it's the youth of India who is going to help us take India where it is 60 years hence, and we could probably beat a US and we can beat a China. So looking at achievements is something good, but the change will come when you start looking 60 years hence. So what's your take on this?
Let me try, and I can take forever to answer that question. Yeah. Let me try to be as brief as possible. Yeah. The point I was trying to make was, in India, everybody is aware of our failures. I was trying to remind that let's not forget our achievements. Okay. Because if you stop a man on the road and ask him, he can reel out a list of all our failures. I'm not saying we are not lagging behind in many things. You are all aware of those laggings. But what I was trying to point out was that we have come a long way, and let us not forget that as Indians, because there is a lot to be proud of. That's what I was trying to give out, a positive side of our 60-year journey. Now going forward, of course there are many challenges. I don't want to take each one of them individually, but the point I was trying to make was, yes, we have a long way to go forward. Now that challenge can be effectively faced only if the youth like you take up those challenges. You cannot delegate it to somebody else. You cannot expect somebody else to do the job for you. You cannot expect somebody else to get into dirty politics and let him be called the dirty one and you be the good one. You cannot let that happen, or it is not going to solve your problems. You cannot even be apathetic about it. So there is a challenge, yes, and that challenge will be effectively met when people like you, who want to think 60 years ahead, yes, get into the system. And that is the call that I wanted to give you this morning, that people like you, more and more of people like you. It doesn't mean you have to become a neta. It doesn't mean you have to stop wearing what you're wearing and wear a white kurta pajama. Netagiri doesn't come with white kurta pajama. It comes with being passionate, as you said, about what you want to do. If the future of this country is at stake, and if you think the political system is not fit to face the challenges of our country going forward, and if you think you can give something for that cause, then you should get into politics.
Sure. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. I just, before we can take the next question, I was talking to someone, and there was a little message that came out that we had all sorts of people plundering our nation, and then the Britishers coming down, and the French coming down, and the Portuguese coming down for 300-400 years. It only took us 60 years to bounce back. Only 60 years. I think we should be proud of ourselves, ladies and gentlemen, and each one of you making that happen. Let's move on to the next question.
Good morning, sirs. My name is Naresh, and my question is...
The question is coming from this side, on the right-hand side of the stage here. This side.
My question is to Mr. Sabharwal. Sir, you spoke about being with different people. How do you realize that the difference is the right one which we need?
I don't understand your question.
Sir, you told the fatality of a leader is he tends to be with the people whom he finds similar. Your point was that we should be with people who are different than us. There are many sorts of people around us. How do we realize that the person with whom we are is the right person we need to be with?
I think diversity is very contextual. There is intellectual diversity, there is leadership diversity, there is academic diversity. I think that question is a little difficult to answer unless it's a specific context. In the entrepreneurship team, it is very clear what diversity is. Somebody's good at strategy. I'm Mr. Outside, Ashok is Mr. Inside. He's good at operations. He has a 9 o'clock meeting every day for 365 days. I don't like that. I think that diversity is contextual. It will have to be in the context. In entrepreneurship, diversity is very clear. You need somebody who knows strategy, you need somebody who knows operations, you need somebody who knows IT, you need somebody who knows HR, you need somebody who knows finance. All of us would choose to believe, we're all legends in our own mind, and we choose to believe that we can do it all. That is the biggest myth. So, in academic diversity, it would be leftist, rightist. In political diversity, it would be, I don't know, the context of diversity is more important to answer your question.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, we have another couple of questions coming in from there at the back.
Hello sir, I'm Nitesh here, and this question is to Mr. Byre Gowda. Sir, looking at the development happening in Bangalore right now, the outer ring roads and the other major BBMP projects and so many flyovers which are coming, there is a lot of destruction which is happening. So is there any way where the public can intervene and take the government into account, check their responsibility, check their accounts, check their investments, and see if the project is really needful, at the cost of the nature which is happening right now in Bangalore?
Good question. Development, Manish would perhaps know, I think it was Adam Smith or Marx, I forget who said it at this moment. It's a process of creative destruction. As it creates, it destroys.